So it's been that amazing season, but she now sits here as the top seed, not having surfed yet. So what difference will that have for the goofy footer?
Well, she hasn't, as I said earlier, she hasn't gotten her toes wet. She hasn't really, got a feel for the waves today and having her board underneath her feet. That said, she hasn't surfed 5 rounds as Rachael has, and where that could be an advantage as far as having that momentum. There's got to be a point that Rachael's got to be feeling that exhaustion.
Situation doesn't change. This is a nice opportunity for Avalon to kick off the first title match. It's a big, solid wave. She gets a high line. Clean footwork straight into the tip there. And there's that trademark turn that we have learned to love from Avalon. It's powerful, it's precise, but it's also got a level of dance-like elegance to it as well. She now weaves and snakes just to stay close to the pocket. So already a touch of the 5, a nice combination of rail turns, and now she stalls it to go forward and then back to the tail, not finding the steep section for the nose ride in that wall, but really using that quick, clean footwork. And now she gets another cross step forward and keeps that board active on rail. So the big height at the start of the wave kept a peaky face that now is going to offer an opportunity to stand up a little bit through the inside as she now touches the 5, walks out, goes into the float. She's off the back of that ride and she's going to drop a score, Carla. You get to appreciate the replay. Opening ride for Avalon Gall, number 1 seed.
Yeah, I liked that top turn to the nose there, wrapping it around nicely. She tends to use her arms to swing around when she turns, but I like that she's keeping the connectivity between her elbow and her fingertips, and just kind of working that fatter section until she can find that steeper part of the wave. What we've noticed or noted all event is the goofy foots, and the goofy foots getting the opportunity to take a win here, and this might be an opportunity for Avalon right here as she works it all the way into the inside. Just really that fast footwork that she was working on all the waves, even though there was some chop and stuff to it, she really stayed connected to the board. As she brings it on the inside, kind of rebounds it, kind of floats off the top back there. Yeah, I love the fast footwork as we see live action of Rachael Tilley.
Straight to a 5, into a 10. Tilley on a bowly one, and that looks really nice as she goes back on rail and then sweeps, snaps out of that, staying high in the wave, cross steps forward and just active in and out of the footwork, onto the rail, back to the tail, and now as she eyes up this glacier section through the inside, she'll get behind the section, find a touch of the 5, cross steps out of that 5, and it's a good first exchange for Avalon and Rachael as Rachael moves right through to the inside and holds an extended 5, walks to the tail, and then kicks out cleanly.
I mean, this is what first page stories are made of, right? An active final right off the bat. We're sitting on the edge of our seats. Then we'll see the replay of Rachael's as we see Avalon. Rachael getting that nice critical 10 and 5 in there. Super nice. Then her trademark cut back there, 2 of them. Bringing it back up to the tip, really recognizing the need for the 10s here. We're seeing more of the 10s than we have maybe in the previous heats. Bringing it back around, just kind of then using that fat open section there to just kind of wiggle back and forth, work it back and forth until it stands up again on the inside as she finds that moment here. As you said, it kind of glasses off way on the inside there and finds a nice 5.
And you get the feeling that she's going to get the better of this exchange. Those opening 2 10s alone felt like it will give the edge over Avalon.
100%. I mean, there's no question about it. There was literally a lot of...
Here we go, live action, out of priority. Rachael Tilley turns. She's looking to add to a 7, and she's got a nice wall ahead. Takes a high line, 4 cross steps to a 5, holds that 5, stays true to that nose ride, just controlling her balance as well with her arms, and then trademark Joyce Hoffman-esque soul arch from Rachael on the tip, and then in that same trim, back up for a 5, quick touch of the 10, and now she breaks that trim into a really dynamic cutback that we've learned to love on her Hoffman fabric inlay board that she won a world title on last year here at Sun Zhao. It's the same board, and there's that high soul arch turn again, Joyce Hoffman-esque, as we can see now trademark Tilley all the way through with 10s, with 5s, with rail work. And Carla, this looks to be
so good.
Potentially better than the opening 7. Rachael Tilley is on fire, Carla Zamora.
Ouch, burning. She's burning up. She's definitely feeling the heat in all the right ways. Yeah, as we watch the replay here, she does the bottom turn up to the 5. And it's a nice long 5 here where she kind of keeps it right in the pocket, holds her upper body nice and still in a nice, as you said, Joyce Hoffman, and also kind of a Rel Sun-esque form. And then she breaks that line here and wraps it around.
Oh, that was a nice turn.
Yeah, really just like keeping that connection and that flow, that activity.
And how glassy in through this section, Carla.
Yeah, it really starts to just get really pristine. A little bit of a half step there, but just manages to just keep control as she works it onto the inside here. Just getting multiple nose rides, one after the other here, and just holding her ground. Like she keeps saying, she loves this wave. She seems to know it really well. You know, what? No matter what the outcome, she'll have another go at it. So as long as, if she doesn't win this heat, she'll have another go at it.
Here we go. Rachael Tilly still active, but it's Avalon Gall up and riding with priority, using her priority straight to the nose, holds that 5. Beautiful, clean, crisp footwork out of that nose ride. Really nice line, creative, innovative, and then into a long 10. So 2 long nose rides and holding that 5 back into a second quick 10. And look at that precise footwork. This is an absolute masterclass of flow from Avalon, and also creative, innovative lines, taking a nice, fresh approach to this wave. The lone goofy footer left on the event, and she sets herself up now through to the last part of the wave, and this is going to be substantially stronger than the 4.67. She gets a 10 on the inside and now just snaps back on a high line to go back up to the tip. And I feel, Carla, like this has got excellent range all over it.
Oh, well, it does feel quite in the volley of that, doesn't it? I mean, she's definitely connecting and making all the maneuvers, checking off all the boxes. You see how she pumps herself back out there. She's feeling the flow.
Get to appreciate this replay here from Gaul.
Yeah, you can see she gets that tip time. It's a bit out on the shoulder there. She has to bring it back. She gets some more tip time there. It gets a bit more deeper and a little more critical in the section there. Just holding it there. Does the footwork back, bringing it back a little tighter into the curl. Now that's that fatter section that goes in between before you get to the inside again. I like that she's able to find some nose time in that kind of fatter section.
Very active throughout, Carla.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Both these ladies have been really active throughout all their rides. Gets a little tap of the 10, and then here's where she works it into the inside section, getting more nose work. Definitely going to supersede that 4.67 and get some 10 time. You know, whether it be him just having a baby, to winning Abu Dhabi, jumping 9 places, you know, but up right now, getting ready to try to win her consecutive world title.
Here we go. There's the soul arch for Rachael Tilly. Really nice start to this wave. She's looking to improve on a 7. Avalon Gall chasing a 7.24. That will change if Rachael improves on her backup 7. She goes into a really nice second hang 10. Now in that nice sweeping down carve. Just look at the way she changes her feet position as she comes out of that turn in style, and the flow and the flavor of Rachael Tilly. Such a joy to watch that repertoire, that soul arch bottom turn, and then moving through into that hang 10 through the inside, staying true to that incredible hang 10 right through to the inside and all the way to the sand. Rachael Tilly may well now improve on her backup 7, and it may mean that Avalon is chasing more than a 7.24. Besides, Carla, that if Rachael takes the win here in this first title match, then it's a best of 3 as we get to appreciate the replay.
Yeah, we get to see this replay here as she just works this wave, gets plenty of nose time in the beginning there, wraps it around, and then back to the nose again, throwing her arm up with some stees, her wings spread into the cut back, just keeping it back and forth there, working into that fatter section so she can get into the nose ride section on the inside, taking it nice and easy there. I liked that one there.
And you know what it leads to is this incredible long 10 on the inside, Carla.
This is really special to me. Just the poisedness, the upright body stature, her arms just in a nice poised and calm position.
World Longboard Championship, chasing a 7.44. Rachael Tilly further out. Avalon now getting into position for this wave. She's got a nice high line and 4 clean cross steps to a really critical 5, holding that 10, walks out of that 5, goes on rail and sweeps it back to the foam, and then just comes clean out of that turn. And now she gets that high line again, cross stepping forward, recognizing it's not steep enough to lock into a 5, so then going back into the footwork and on the tail. But then just as she hit that foam, it just popped her off balance, so she's not going to get the score that she needs.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Rachael She's going to be up and riding, though.
Here we go, a foamy section, but it's cleaning up now. Rachael Tilly on fire, holds a long 10, gets those arms high, comes cleanly out of that nose ride. 1 minute 30 seconds remaining. Avalon Gall dropping a score. It's not going to be the 7.44 that she needs as Rachael just decides to kick out early from that, recognizing that she's not going to improve on her 7.2 and also knowing that she can get out ahead of Avalon. Avalon Gall, as we get to see Rachael now just moving through. This felt like it was just outside of the horn, so I'm not expecting this to count, but it wouldn't matter anyway because she's got an 8 and she's got a 7.2 and she's keeping her hopes alive of getting onto that all-star studded list of 3 female world longboard champions of Corey Schumacher, Honlo Bloomfield and Soleil Erico.
Shapes has 2 surfers in the title matches. Edward O'Hara, who's on your backup board, by the way, and yourself. What is it, though, Rachael? 5 heat surfed already today. You've won all 5. Is that a record so far, personally, for you?
Probably. I don't think I've ever surfed 5 heats in a day. Yeah, it's been a good day, obviously, but the job's not done. And Avalon is a beautiful surfer, so it's going to require me staying in focus. Oh my gosh, Edward's board's just arrived. Okay, so Edward's on, sorry, I'm seeing this off camera. Edward's riding my backup board right now because it was most similar to his shape, and that was really good surfing. My board's never seen a turn like that he just did, but yeah, best of luck to him. His board's literally just arrived.
Best of luck to you, too. 2 waves away. Congratulations. Anything you want to say before the final?
Just Mom, Dad, Michael, Josh, and everyone else watching. Thank you for all your texts and support throughout this. This is truly a team effort, so I'm really happy to be representing our team.
Congratulations. Best of luck, Sam.
Thanks.
Wow, Rachael,
Oh my gosh,
you
that's crazy.
Kaya Flint's going to force it to a 2 out of 3, as did Rachael Tilly in this Heat 2 of the title match. Tilly coming up from the number 7 positions as a seed, taking that first seat off of the number 1, Avalon Gall. Avalon now had the luxury of just having to win 1 heat for a world title, and one that's going to hit the point at a much better angle. Here she goes. Tilly up to the nose to start off. Just hangs on up there. Oh, and an unforced error gets bounced off.
Wow, it's one of the first times I've seen her fall off on a set wave all day. We had the Justin Quintal take the win. And on the women's side, oh, let's have a look at Avalon up and running.
Nice little trip to the nose there for Avalon, so nice start. She will be taking the lead with this effort here, hoping for an inside reform, just S-turning that board through this high tide chunk. The wave typically steepens up on this inside section, and it's going to give her the room to get up there to the nose. Beautiful carve, down carve, fading bottom turn, nice cross step again up to a 5. Graceful surfing for the Laguna Beach surfer. Putting it all together here, manages some of that bounce. So going to get an extra little inside roll-in section and kicks out in control. 5 heats. This is Rachael's 6th heat that she needs to win. Replay here of Avalon Gall. This is a 4.67.
Yeah, so that wave didn't have that long tapered wall that this spot is known for. It was more of a reform wave, but she did extremely well, keeping things moving, just needing to build some momentum in this heat. Silky, smooth footwork there from Laguna Beach surfer, and just that trademark wrapping turn and delicate footwork. And she finished really cleanly, and the judges appreciating it, but looking for an element of critical surfing there, and that wave didn't possess it. So it was just good for the mid-range score, but beautiful surfing there nonetheless from Avalon. She'll take some momentum out of that.
Bomb outside for Rachael Tilly. Drops into this one. Right on the nose, right on cue. Beautiful trim. Powerful down carve for Tilly. Stalls that bottom turn. Gets another touch on the 5. It's going to swoop out into the shoulder and carve back into the white water. Tilly staying busy. Nimble footwork for the San Clemente surfer. And great rail control on the Josh Martin surfboard. And she's going to finish off right on the sand. Wow,
Wow, what a wave there for Rachael Tilley. I'm actually in awe. That was incredibly surfed from start to finish. Not a foot wrong. It's going to have to... I mean, that was excellent surfing. Gaul, because I expect big things from this wave.
This is the 23rd wave of the day for Rachael Tilley.
And doesn't look like it at all. She's just warming up to the occasion. This here, slingshotting forward and gets up to the nose there again. The combo of maneuvers, the judges will appreciate that line using the whole length of the board. And this is a surfer who's in tune with their equipment and their body as well. 6 heats today, 23 waves surfed. The legs are burning, but she's surfing like she's got fresh legs in the morning. But it's the middle of the day in El Salvador. Temperatures about 80 in and out of the water, and Rachel's just warmed up to the occasion perfectly. That's excellent surfing there.
Committed to the win all the way to the sand right here. Different surfing styles, but also surfing personalities in that matchup again.
Yeah, completely juxtaposed in their styles on the wave and also on land.
Here we go. Avalon up to the 5. Gets through there. Swoops back into the pocket. Couple of S's here, waiting for the wall to line up for her on the inside section. Just S turning, wants more out of this wave, and there's the 5 to 10, gets back, swooping. Great footwork, little warbly section on the inside. Great use of the entire board for the 22-year-old out of Laguna Beach, California. Inside, extended nose ride through one more section, stays up there, hangs the toes over, finally stepping back, and she's back in the game.
Wow, game on there for Avalon.
How well she's been doing. But this is performance under pressure.
Yeah, so trademark nose ride to swooping carve, comes back around, and the footwork there, just utilizing the trim spot on the board, the rail and the nose. This wave, really, she stayed very active on it, getting that hang 10 there. There was no downtime, and it wasn't the biggest wave we've seen today, but it was well surfed, had a really good pace to it as well. She wasn't playing catch up, and not overly critical, but talking of critical, Rachael Tilley up and riding, soul arching on this turn.
Rachael wanted to stay in the game, and she's going to do just that. Remember, she already has that 7.5. You can see in the scoreboard to her credit. So she's going to easily ditch that 1.83 and not want to let this heat and a third world title get away from her. On the nose, gets the 10 back there. This is a great answer back for Rachael Tilley. The Josh Martin board, she just tilts it and the thing turns too. It looks like just such a magic board under her feet.
Yeah, the rocker is in the perfect spot. We talk about it's got a lot of nose and tail flip, but the ability for, she doesn't even use her knees, just sort of like pushes forward a little bit with the hips, and the board accelerates.
Oh, she's paddling to the ski, actually, is what she's doing. Here's a replay.
Yeah, fading through that one, gets a soul arch. Really good read on this wave, the way that she was able to fade through that. A little caught up on the heels in that cutback, but at this point, not requiring a big score. And just staying very active on this wave. And Avalon was still riding on the inside section of this, so the judge's attention was split. But this wave, look at this, bowl through here, really cooperated with her. The backwash was able to slingshot her through to the section, and she was able to chip shot through to the inside. And just staying active, swiveling through as she does, using the hips there.
Are we going to force it to a third heat in the title matches? The answer is going to come right now. Avalon up, quick turn off the top, little bobble there, gets to the 5, swoops it back right into the pocket, stalls for this section, cross steps, touches a 5, swoops it back again, staying busy on the board, hoping this wave gives her a trim line, a high line, and some room for a nose ride. Not finding it here. Needs to turn it on this inside section.
Yeah, I feel like it's got one, Kaipo. Here she goes, 5-10. She's got to hold it. Oh, beautiful nose ride there. And it's stretching through to the inside. It's going to be a dynamic finish, one of the better. Oh, she goes down. Wow.
That could be it.
Which I thought she was going to do it, but she stays with the 5. It fattened up on her a little bit there, but carves it back around. Clutch wave. And she had to go with only a minute left when she took off on this. Nice transitions, keeping the pace. And it just goes a little flat here, but does well, just swiveling the ankles and the knees. Relaxed body language. And it had a long wall. And it looked like it was going to hit the inside section, but it didn't quite show any critical section until now. She gets this 5. It's all in this hang 10 here. That was critical.
Coming in, not enough for Avalon Gall, a 5.37. So congratulations to your 2025 World Longboard Champ, Rachael Tilley. It's her day. She wrote her own story today, starting on chapter 1 in match number 1, winning 6 heats on her way to a 3rd world title for Tilley.
Yeah, she can't believe it as well. She's elated and exhausted. Unbelievable. 6 times she's been out there today. That'd be about 26 waves surfed. Incredible for Rachael to come up this feat. That's going to go down in history as one of the most hard-fought battles. Well-deserved, Rachael. Lap it up. Our 2025 Women's World Longboard Champion.
What a story. Started off the day just wanting to get out of that first heat. All her focus was just getting out of that match number 1. Continued on with that momentum through match number 2, another 3-surfer heat. Then head-to-head for Rachael Tilley, forcing this title match into the best of 3 and winning the first 2. And this is a victory lap for your 2025 World Longboard Champion.
Incredible. Unique style, doing it her way. Back-to-back, and Sunzal is a place, and El Salvador will be a place that'll be very close to Rachael for many years to come. It's already her favorite wave, and she's made history here again.
The number 7 seed winning match number 1, 3-surfer heat, winning match number 2, 3-surfer heat, then head-to-head with Honolulu Bloomfield in match number 3, head-to-head with Soleil Erico in match number 4, winning each of those, and then force this into a 2 out of 3 against the number 1 seed, Avalon Gall, winning both of the heats in the world title match. And this title match and this world champ belongs to Rachael Tilley. Congratulations, Rachael.
Unbelievable. Works so hard to get to even just get to the finals, and to get past Honolulu and Soleil in fine form, hungry on a right-hand point, is no easy feat. But then an Avalon Gall, stylish, she had the wave. Feel like if she didn't fall and had a good finish, it may have gone down to a 3-match battle. And there's our World Women's Longboard Champions.
Look at the list, Matt. Look at the list. Rachael Tilley joins the 3 Club, the 3-time World Longboard Champs. Corey Schumacher, Honolulu Bloomfield, Soleil Erico, and now you can add Rachael Tilley to that 3 world title list.
Wow. The grudge match, it started already for next year. You're going to have these absolute titans of women's longboarding up against each other next year. It'd be interesting to see. Interesting to see what happens. That Sunzal shore break starting to really make itself known on the high tide. Kaipo.
Looks like it's time for a chair up the beach, Matt.
Iconic.
We're going to follow her all the way up to the glass. So congratulations from Stephen Sawyer. Hey, let's hear from our world champ, our 2025 world champ, on the glass with Mitchell Salazar.
Yeah, thank you, Kaipo. Rachel, I mean, I am truly in awe of what I just saw from you today. 6 heats, you won all 6 of them. This was actually your lowest heat total, believe it or not, out of the 6, 13, 5, but it was enough. And just talk about the experience, the ups and downs. How are you feeling right now after a grueling long day, but now you can call yourself a 3-time world longboard champion? Congratulations.
That feels unreal. I feel really tired. In that heat, I was like, please just get it done in this heat, because now it's like really, all the work of today is really catching up, but obviously well worth it. Oh, all right, I'll take the flag. Woohoo! Yeah, I feel I have no words. 3 times is always, Honolulu and Soleil have had 3 forever, and I'm so inspired by them, and they've set the bar, and I've just been reaching for that bar, and so I've worked hard. This is my spot. I love this spot. I love Sunzal. I love El Salvador, and I can't believe I walked into today with like no expectations. Not one part of me thought that this was going to be at the end of today at all, and I did have a moment after my first heat, or right before this last heat, that I was like, if I play my cards right, 3 times could be after this. And yeah, glory to God on all of this. I've been talking to him all day, starting from getting that buzzer beater at the end of my first heat, and I was praying so much for those last 5 minutes to get the opportunity, and then he just continued to provide opportunity after opportunity. And so I didn't do that alone, and I didn't do it alone with my team here, my boyfriend Jake, and my family at home, Mom, Dad, Michael. I've been talking to my shaper Josh, Martin Shapes all day, all my team at Free Fly that are watching. Thank you so much, and this is all completely shared with you guys.
And just real quick, you want to talk about the selflessness too? You lent Edward your backup board. I mean, talk about 3-time world longboard champion, but how about giving that guy a backup board that you might have potentially needed yourself?
Oh, well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's outside of competition, more so these are my friends and family that we've traveled together for years and years, and so he was in need of that. He doesn't need it anymore. Thank goodness his boards came. That's amazing. So best of luck to these next heats that are going to go down. But yeah, I'm so happy to be on tour with these people and my family.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, back to back, and now a 3-time world longboard champion from the US of A, Rachael Tilley.